I got another video for y'all. This for Rich or Poor, season 1, episode 1. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, a couple disclaimers. I don't know these people personally. I only know them within the show. No one's feelings should be hurt. No one should be heartbroken. No one should be offended. Strictly for entertainment. Strictly for shits and giggles. Strictly for laughs. Just a nigga with an opinion. Everybody has an opinion on the difference between mine and theirs. I post mine. Let's get into it. So, the premise of this show is pretty much finding love without worried about financial status and, not having that attached to it. So, they got two niggas who are, they told the girls that one of them is rich and one of them is broke, but, you're not going to know until the end. So they got to really get to know these guys and go on dates and whatnot, which I actually think, like, it would be just fucking hilarious if they just pulled the rug out from under them and was like, yeah, one of these guys is rich and one of these guys is broke. And then they get to the end and they're like, both these niggas is broke. Both these niggas is broke. And whatever bitch passes out after they say that, just send them home. You know what I'm saying? Send them on their way. But, so Kurt is supposed to be the assumed broke one, which that's interesting because when he got into his career and said he does construction, which is a hard job, but financially it's not that bad. When they were saying like, which they weren't saying one of these guys is broke. They just are saying he's not rich, which I'm like, at this point, why would the women care? But unless, they're gold diggers or whatnot. But somebody who's working in construction wouldn't be the type person I thought you were going to get for like the premise of this show. I thought we were going to get like, I don't know, like a minimum wage worker or something, but Kurt, he's not rich, but he's not broke. But my God, in the words of Future, hard to choose. This cast of women is beautiful. I'm not going to go through them by name. I think Amber is the only sister in there. Props to Amber. I hope you go home because none of these niggas can handle you. And none of these niggas know what to do with all of that beautiful melanin. They're completely lost. But anyway, a lot of the women are beautiful. It's a couple women in there who I'm like, let's hope they have the personality. But we're not going to get into specific names. Y'all just know I'm riding for Amber because she's a sister. Cool, whatever. While Steven and Kurt are standing up, and if stuff doesn't work out, the hotline for the realest nigga ever is always available. While Steven and Kurt are standing over the balcony, Steven recognizes one of the women, Caroline, and he says that she follows him on social media, so that could compromise the whole experience. Steven tells Kurt and the butler nigga that she's got to go home. So now while he's saying she's got to go home off the fact that she knows him and knows he's a rich nigga, I'm saying she's got to go home off wearing cowboy boots with that goddamn dress. No problem with cowboy boots, but with the dress, come on now. So yeah, they sent her home. She didn't feel like it was fair. But hey, whatever. Half the girls are going to a ballroom date. Another half are going to some country ass bar, some honky tonk, I believe it's called. And it's decided by items that's in a present box. So the women are opening up presents. And if you get high heels, then you're going to the ballroom date or whatever. And if you get cowboy boots, you're going to be going to the honky tonk. So while getting ready for the ball, the girls are trying on a bunch of dresses. And Suzette puts on this dress that, for lack of better terms, is ugly as shit. She sees another dress, so she puts it on only to walk by Suzanne wearing the same dress. So Suzanne begged for her not to wear the same dress as her. And I mean, I get both women. Like, if I'm Suzanne, hey, why don't we go in here looking different and distinct? We shouldn't be having on the same dress, and that's just weird, kind of a little bit tacky. But I'm with Suzette too, because it's like, hey, that dress that I tried on before that green dress, yeah, that shit made her look like Fiona, like she was saying. And not only was it an ugly dress, it just didn't compliment her body. It just looked ugly as fuck. And I'm not about to be looking like the one that don't have no type of, dressing, no type swagger, as them niggas would like to call it up there. I don't be saying that shit no more, but hey. At the ballroom date, Kurt is vibing with Kala, and they can both play the piano, so they play a little bit. And when Kala's talking to the girls while Kurt was away, he walked by and he's like, oh, there's something on your finger. And he sucked Kala's thumb. And immediately, not only because she had too much to drink, but because I think she's just really emotional, Rachel ended up spiraling and crying, running all over the place and shit. Which is a bad look, because Kurt was actually feeling her awkward drunk laugh while they were dancing and whatnot. And, you know, when y'all go to these shows, y'all gotta realize that just because a motherfucker has a stronger connection than you doesn't mean that that shit's over. And especially this early within the game. Like, they gotta be consistent. They got to be consistent, and they got to be growing over the whole time of this experience. I seen people hit it off in the first night, the first couple nights in these shows, and then halfway through the journey, it dies down. Like, that shit is possible. So back at the house, Carolyn is going to tell Kurt that she has a son and she's been married before, because she really feeling Kurt, and they got like some connection, and they feel each other looking at each other. And when Kurt didn't see Carolyn at the ballroom date, I don't want to say it ruined it for him, but he was a little bit, set back from that at first because he wanted to see her. So yeah, like I said, she's about to tell him that she's been married before and she had a son. And when she tells Kurt, he says the fact that she has a kid doesn't faze him, but he is plagued by the fact that she's married before, and I'm lost. Like, if anything, I would think it would be the other way around, because if y'all leave here together and she doesn't have the kid, nobody is thinking about her ex-fiance. But that being the father of her child, he's always going to be in the picture because her kid's going to be around you. So if anything, I'm thinking you would more so care about her having a kid and not the fact that she's been married before and has an ex-fiance. But hey, what do I know? Suzanne is put up for elimination. She talking about some, this happened because Rachel wore the same dress as me. I knew it was over from then. What? This didn't happen because of that weak ass dress. You just let it ruin your mood. You let it get to you, so you couldn't open up and bring the energy needed in the ballroom date, and you were playing shy. You didn't get any one-on-one time or any convo with him. This did not, you're putting too much weight on that damn dress. Nobody gives a damn about the dress. Sorry, not sorry. So, in the end of the show, Brickell and Monica end up getting eliminated and they go home. I really don't remember too much from Monica. I believe she said in her Uber ride to the airport that she was on the honky tonk date with Steven. Yeah, I believe so. But with Brickell, I remember Brickell because she's like the city girl, and she was trying to kind of convince Steven that if they were to leave this journey, that, hey, you're going to have to leave the farm and the ranch behind to come to the big city, because I ain't coming to the farm and the ranch. And I think that's kind of where the disconnect was. She was in the car. She was like, he wanted a country girl. I'm like, sort of. But I think also it was more so about, like, he wanted somebody that's not going to change his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And change who he is and what he has going on. He's a farming country boy at heart. And he even said it when he was talking to her, like, we don't never leave our city. And when you think about country ass people, they be in that same town from the time that they're children, from the time that they fucking grow up and be elders, grandparents and shit like that. You got third and fourth generation kids in that motherfucker in the same fucking place with other third and fourth generation kids, because country folk do not leave that place. But anyway, yeah. That's the end of this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Just got your